Hi everyone, this is 1 year on. I'm Alison, and following on from episode 34, today's episode continues with reviewing the Lumosity brain training app. Today I'm going to talk through the attention category, and some of these games have given me so much joy over the months, so that I think this is going to be a fun episode. There's a game called Feel the Beat. And this game really frustrates me, and I still don't get it exactly right. It's about timing and being able to synchronise activities, keeping the beat, basically. The example that they give you in real life is being able to clap along to a song's beat or dance in sync to music. Now, I should do this really well. I've had dance lessons my whole life when I was a child and also into adult life, and I've sung as long as I can remember, including a performance choir. There is a game in Brain HQ that was somewhat similar to this game and more frustrating. I need to play it more and get better accuracy. The beat travels round in a circle, and you, like a clock face I suppose, and you've got to click at the time when each beat happens. Now the next game is called Assistance, cutely named of course. Assistance uses divided attention to be trained. You're focusing on several different ants carrying seeds, and you're trying to avoid collisions. They have to collect seeds and walk across the screen with the seeds on their back, and you've got to protect the ants with bubbles and water strategically placed. As you rise the ranks, more things are sent to get in their way. Beetles that burst the water droplets, and the ants drop 2 seeds. Ants bounce off mushrooms or dandelion heads and don't drop any seeds. This is like 6 dogs running around the dog park, and you're trying to keep an eye on each one of them. I know this one well enough because we've got 3 dogs. This is really tough. The next game is called Lost in Migration. It's training selective attention with being able to focus on relevant information whilst ignoring irrelevant distractions. The real-world example they give is finding your keys on a cluttered kitchen counter by focusing on their shape whilst ignoring all the others. You're focusing on which direction the centre bird is facing, so there's about 5 or 7 birds. And the other birds are the detractors. This game is really tricky, and you feel like your brain is playing tricks on you. It's not as easy as it sounds. The game that absolutely drove me bonkers is called Playing Coy. It trains your ability to focus on multiple tasks at once. You've got to feed the koi and only feed them once, but you have to wait from feeding one until you're allowed to feed the next fish. It drives me mad because I want to click, 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 in quick succession, and I've got to wait. And once you're up to 9 fish that you're keeping a track of, and they're all swimming around, you lose track of where these fish are, the ones that you fed and the ones that you need to feed. Not easy. The next game is called Sky Rise. This game trains your field of vision. The object of the game is to build the tallest tower. And during the game, you focus on a specific area, and numbers pop up on the screen. Then they disappear, and you have to click on the numbers in increasing order to complete the task. It's harder than it sounds, and you're relying on your field of vision being really acute and seeing the numbers well enough to rank them in order. So they appear, and then they disappear. The next game is called Star Search. That's another game which is about selective attention and being able to focus and ignore irrelevant distractions. Shapes pop up on screen, and you have to click on the unique objects. They might all be purple, but all but one is a purple square, and there is one purple triangle. You click on the purple triangle. It gets harder. This is a really good game, and I really like it, but I haven't got addicted to it yet. The next game is called Trouble Brewing. This game is frustratingly fascinating, amazingly simple, and difficult to perfect. Hence, it's a brilliant game to play. 2 minutes to serve as many coffees as you can. You are the top barista. Who am I trying to kid? It's a divided attention task which trains your ability to focus on multiple tasks. Real life example is going for a walk and avoiding cyclists on the path, and walking your dog at the same time while talking to your friend. You've got an order board which shows you 1 or 2 shots of coffee, cream, sugar, biscuits or chocolate sticks. You don't mix and match. This is a very weird coffee shop. But there you go. If the machine overfills the cup, it overflows and the coffee is lost. Your task is to complete as many coffees as possible within 2 minutes. This is my new game that I'm sort of addicted to, not as much as other ones. I'm on level 10. When I was playing Lumosity before, very regularly, I only got to level 9, and then I cancelled my paid membership as I wasn't seeing the benefit of continuing it, as I'd played it for, I don't know, about 8 or 9 months. And I'd reached high scores on all the games I wanted to achieve high scores at. Interestingly, several months had passed, and then I activated the paid membership to be able to prepare these episodes for the podcast. I thrashed that game and reached the higher level of ability and progressed to level 10. So now, of course, I'm stuck and trying to get to level 11. I need to make 44 coffees. My highest achievement is 40 coffees, and I don't even like coffee. So funny. The absolute favourite game of all time is Train of Thought. It's the ultimate of divided attention. Train of Thought, interestingly, is Lumosity's top-ranking game. In terms of games played, there are several billion games have been played around the globe, which absolutely blows my mind, and I had no idea that this was the case. I got totally addicted to playing it, and early in the piece I wanted to rise the ranks and get to the top of the charts. And I was able to rise quite a few levels with not much difficulty at all, and then it started to get a lot harder. You've got 2 minutes, and your task is to direct trains to the correctly coloured garage, changing the points to ensure they arrive in their garage. Sounds simple. It isn't. I managed to get to 50 trains, and I was at the top level, and then I got bored because it wasn't a challenge anymore. Putting 50 trains away in the correct garage and getting 70,000 points and not being told what the goal was to win the game. Seriously, they couldn't just expect people to keep going. But what turned me off was the fact that they didn't tell you what the goal was. To reach and win the game. Most of the games tell you what the goalpost is so that you know. I've spent so many hours playing this game. Over 1,100 games at 2 minutes each. That tells you something. No one could talk to me when I was playing it at my height of my obsession. And so I did what I wanted to do and achieved what I wanted to achieve. And then I was happy to lay it aside. That addiction, if you can call it that, was very strange, because once I got to my self-administered goal of 50 trains, I just gave it away. It's done its job. Best game ever. There's one extra game that I hadn't played before. When I looked up the web version of Lumosity, it's called Eagle Eye, which looks at your field of view. Trains your field of vision and your field of view, which is absorbing information without moving your eyes. Useful in real life when you're driving and noticing cars in adjacent lanes, pedestrians on the path and traffic lights all at once. This is one of the reasons driving is such a difficult task, because you're taking in so much information constantly and making snap decisions as well as controlling the vehicle. This is an interesting game. It's similar to a game I played in Brain HQ ages ago, using birds as well actually. So there's a beautiful green hilly background and in the centre is a circle. with a white ring in the middle of it. Appearing in that circle is a silhouette of a bird, which you have to click on the area and the circle once it disappears. Symbols appear too, and you've got to remember both the bird location and the symbol. Then detractors are added to the mix. This will be complicated the harder it gets. I'm enjoying looking at the green land and getting distracted from the task at hand. Ooh, shiny. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share and subscribe. I will be back next time to talk about the flexibility games within the Lumosity app. Thank you.